Stardew Valley. Oh, I forgot I have access to Raz's Steam library, so Fields of Mystery is now looming at me. Let's see here. Stardew Valley's next. Hopefully, my recommended template works. It's launching Stardew. It might take a sec. Uh-oh. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign that my controller... You should probably dip out and nap so you're not too eepy for tabletop later. Fair. I am unreasonably excited for Monster of the Week later. My controller is not working. Hang on, let me activate the... Let me decrease the increase real quick. Bump, bump. Okay, we've successfully decreased the increase. Now we need to increase the decrease. Okay, controller layout, please. Use... A button is A button. B button is B button. X button is X button. Huh, it's not working. X button is Y button? X and Y aren't responding? Hello? Oh no, I know what's happening. I think I know what's happening. Okay. Oh, because the triggers are analog, right? And so the triggers immediately... What? It's working? Hello? Okay. Uh, Hang on. I have a layout here somewhere. My layouts... This should work. That one should work. Okay. Let's try this. Ideally, this should work. In theory. No, my buttons. My buttons aren't buttoning. It worked perfectly for Stardew. It worked perfectly for Undertale. Hello? Okay. Hang on. Configuration. Show me my Windows gamepad info. Properties. Okay, my left and right sticks are left and right sticking. The Z rotation and X rotation. The C stick is responding. The analog triggers are working. The digital triggers are working. A, B, X, Y are buttons 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we've got up, down, left, right. Okay, so it's responding as intended in VJoy. Can I like disable the other 3 ports? That's what I used to do, and it worked 80% of the time. What if I turn off Steam input? What happens then? This game will use its built-in controller support, and so it should work. Because before Big Picture Mode started doing this, it worked for me. And then it doesn't work. I guarantee you there is live footage of me using this controller on Stardew Valley. There is a preponderance of live footage of me using this controller with Stardew Valley. View layout. I don't have sticks to click, is the thing. Let me search. Community layouts. Search for GameCube. Wii U. Huh. I used to have a layout that worked for this. What do you mean? That's not set to left trigger. Oh. What? Huh? He's what? Settings. Well, this worked previously. Okay, A is working as A right now. Like, when I press A in the Steam thing, right? Yeah, even the D-pad's working. What? I'm so confused. I'm so confused why this isn't working. Oh, so it sees all 4 ports. Hang on, I need to turn off 3 of the other ports. I understand. I have calibrated and I understand. Where did I do that? See, this is why we double check things before we start stream. Deviches. Devices and printers. So, give me the fancy version of this. Where is the thing I need? Hardware and sound, device manager. Here we go. In human interface devices, turn off 3 of these game controllers. 2 and 3. We should maybe give Stardew some extra time for this. Okay. So now, when I go to Steam, what should happen? Should being the operative word there. Okay, we're not plugged into the right port. So now, because of the way I did that, the 4th port should be the correct port. The 4th port is not the correct port. Okay. Let's try port 3. No. Not port 3. Ah, it's port 2 for some reason. You know what? We take those. It's fine. Okay. So now if we go to the controller settings, there is only 1 controller plugged in. Okay. Now Stardew should work. Now that we've... Because that's the thing, right? Oh, good, it's working. Oh, I can finally make it go splat. Hey, that's not the size it was earlier. That's not right. That's not correct. I fixed this capture before stream started, I promise you. You there, capture. Become the correct size. Beware. Actually, it's pretty close to the correct size, to its credit. I think it might have decided to display at a different size on account of me being in controller mode. Everything's so normal and ordinary and standard here. Okay. Stardew. Whew. Okay. We used to have a stream file. So that's year 2. This is a lot of these are really old. This is a really old one. This one was like my first Stardew farm. let's just do this one. I don't remember what we were doing in here, but it's probably fine. Hang on, wait a minute. My Twitch category. Is my Twitch category still what it ought to be? Wait. Oh, we're under special events. That's fine. I did that on purpose. I'm smart. Me am smart. Look at his little hat. His name's Magnus, just like the real cat back there. Oh, it's Rainbang. It's Rainbang. Let burr. Oh, thank you for the wood, Robin. I sincerely do not recall what I was doing. Oh, radishes. Well, they're alright. They're only radish. A lot of blue bebbies. So clearly I've got something going. Oh, I've never seen the lightning strike animation actually go off for the lightning rods. That was cool. Wow. I learn something new about this game every time I turn it on, because unlike my partner, I only have 300 hours in this game. Raz is an absolute fiend for this game. Multiple thousands of hours. I'm not kidding you. I could probably go open her Steam profile and prove it to you. She loves this game. Like, I was like, oh yeah, it's nice to have another little Harvest Moon. I haven't played a Harvest Moon since the DS. Smile. Raz, like, saw this game and, like, her eyes went, her pupils went big, and she was just like, video game. Hey, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be drinking tea. Probably for the best I'm pacing myself with this anyway. I'm gonna be absolutely, like, jittering on the floor by the end of these 10 hours if I drink as consistently as I do normally. So we got a whole bunch of bluegrass here. What was my deal here? So we got mushroom stumps here and there and everywhere. What was this? What did I need melons for? Hang on. That's the crafting menu. That's... What? Why are my... That's so strange that my X and A buttons are funny. We got deluxe bait, which I'm sure we need. Probably for crab pots, honestly. We got chickens. Oh, we got a little dinosaur. I forgot we get to color a dinosaur. Oh, dang it. Oh, my inventory's full. Can I interact with this? Hang on. Oh, ooh, there we go. I had it for a second there. Egg. Egg. Erg. Egg. Erg. Egg. Erg. Let's pet all our chickens. Pap. Oh, his name's Gravy. Hang on. I gotta go put these eggs in the chest. I got a whole bunch of them. Beep. Okay. And then we go and we take and we get more eggy. Erg. Egg. Erg. Erg. But I don't know, man. Like, this game, there's really something to Stardew Valley in particular that I think it really is in strong conversation with the other standouts of its genre. You know, it's just this. So as we've progressed here, we're now in the heady year of 2016. Cast your mind back and back and back. The first Splatoon has just dropped on the Wii U. Nobody... It's the only game that anybody ever played on that thing. Everybody's like, man, Nintendo's really eating it, man. I don't know if they're gonna make it, even though it was, only a little less successful than the GameCube. We also highlights from this year that we played include the Code Lyoko Wii game, the start of the whole series for Frozen Tundra Finds, which several Frozen Tundra Finds the games I was very tempted to play instead of Stardew. We also did a bunch of GameCube games in here. I also debated Minecraft, but I felt like starting a new Skywalk was not going to get us anywhere. But that's roughly the time period we're in here when I was playing this. Uh, I'm not going to say most recently, frequently, but like when I was playing this on camera, that's about the time. Give me the bait. Give me the bait. But I really like this game. I think it is a testament to what someone as a solo dev can pull off if they're willing to just kind of let themselves accept the various frustrations of solo development. I guess it's like you just kind of you chip away at it until you feel like it's good, and then you do a little more, and then you do a little more, and you do a lot more, and then you don't realize that your desk is a horrible thing, and then it's great. Where are we? We pet the animals. Who was I romancing in this file? Hang on. Social tab. Was I romancing Alex? Really? Or is this... No, this was a co-op file with Raz and I then. Huh. Actually, she'll probably be like, what's going on? Hang on, let me exit the title screen without saving. I don't want to just start a new file. Do I have a solo game? This was a solo game, I think. Oh yeah, because I started that top one because we were excited about the update and like the things it brought to multiplayer. Now I remember. Yeah, Sam was very excited about his rock band. 1 week from today, we're holding the Stardew Valley Fair. Bring 9 items to the Grange. They better be cool or I'm gonna explode. Oop, water, water, and water, and water, water here. I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of things that like Stardew really gets right, and then you play like we went back and played the PlayStation Harvest Moon fairly recently, and like I think that was on camera, wasn't it? It all kind of blurs together. I spend so much time on camera with microfiche now that I'm just like, what is on camera? What's off camera? What year is it? This isn't helping. But it's like you go back and you play an older Harvest Moon, and it's like there's so much that was considered a genre convention then that you don't really do now. I kind of really enjoy the way that like Stardew puts a hard limit on how long the day is, so you don't accidentally ruin your next day by forgetting to sleep, just like getting locked in on a task, and then you suddenly it's like 6 in the morning and your farmer has no energy. You know what I mean? Which I've heard tell that Fields of Mystery doesn't have that, which means I'm gonna have to like. I wonder if there's like an alarm clock mod or something. Blackberries, chanterelle mushroom, pet the puppy. Oh, this was my like. Now that I'm looking a little longer at this file, this was my like get everything just so file. Like get everything right. Maximize all of my like social and everything. What was I planning? See, that's another thing about Stardew that I personally struggle with is that sense of like, oh, what was I planning? What was I doing? Where did I leave off? Like some sort of ability to write yourself a previously on would be very fun and funny, I think. Shove all of the things that are in my pockets into a chest. I'm just gonna sell these blackberries. It's fine. You can probably get more out of them for jam, right? But it's fine. I'm surprised we. Oh, these are wild plums. It's fine. Oh, I have one of every. Wait a minute. Why did I not plant the pomegranate sapling? Oh, or was I saving these for the greenhouse? I think I was saving those for the greenhouse. It's hard to figure out where you left off. There was another, like, there was an RPG recently that had, like, a previously on feature that I was, like, very enthused conceptually about, where, like, you can like press a little button in a menu and it'll be like previously on the game this is what you were last doing, which is super nice for someone who like picks up a game and plays it very seriously for a couple weeks and then it drops off the face of the planet. Oh, oh, the missions board. I didn't know we hadn't unlocked this. Hello there, Christine. You showed up at the perfect time. I shouldn't give him that thick of an accent. It's our new special orders board. Robin and I built it from scratch. Lewis, all you did was hold the nails. Splurged. Ignore her. Now, let me explain. You see, with Veritas Farm back in business, the local economy's really been picking up. As a result, some of the local townsfolk have been asking me for a way to source local ingredients for their businesses or personal projects. So, Robin and I came up with the idea of a new special orders board where people can post bigger jobs than they would, then it would make sense for the old billboard outside Pierre's, which I've definitely been checking, Yeah, for example, I plan on requesting some hardwood for a bed I want to make. I won't put you on the spot, but if you want to help me out, you can just accept the job from the board. Who knows, maybe if the bed turns out well, I'll start selling them in my shop. I look forward to helping. I thought so. Wouldn't expect anything less from you, Christine. Okay, now that Gogo isn't here. Now that Gogo isn't here, let me make sure Alternate isn't here in case we need. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was gonna talk about this tabletop game, but I don't want to spoil anything in case someone's here. Now that I said that, I just had to check my. I almost never check my little viewers board, but I saw one of the players who's gonna be playing tonight, so no spoilers. No spoilers. As always, I appreciate your willingness to contribute. Take care, Christine. Why did I name her Christine? Honestly, it probably was a Phantom reference. Is my immediate thought. Is like, why did I name her Christine? Wait a minute, is there a run button in this video game, or am I losing it? Speaking of Pierre's tiny clipboard. Oh, there's nothing on the tiny clipboard today. We're fine. Who was I romancing in this file? Probably Sam. Definitely Sam. We actually have Sam's hearts maxed out. We need to give him the bouquet now. I have an idea for a new style of bed, but I'll need 80 hardwood to make it happen. Or, for unknown reasons, the population of ocean fish has grown to an unsustainable level. I need a local angler to help reduce their numbers. I'm going to take Demetrius's quest here just on the in the sense of I'm much better at the fishing minigame than I am at finding hardwood right now. Which some people really hate the fishing minigame in this game. I personally don't get it. I think it's a perfectly solid and understandable minigame. It admittedly I didn't get it until I played on a controller with like on a controller and used the right or left the right trigger to press the button. but now it's just like a matter of like I understand the timing and everything. You just gotta lock your brain in, and then it'll work all at once. But there are a great many things I'm excited for this stream. But the Monster of the Week game is gonna be a great time. I have a long history of playing tabletop games on camera. My very first D&D game, actually, uh, was on stream. It was on somebody else's stream, but it was on stream. Uh, and so I'm very excited to have an on-camera game again. Um, I'm pretty sure I have everything set up that I need to have set up. We'll see. A tilapia. I got a new record for a tilapia even. Oh, this tea's so good. You know what? Actually, Gogo's give me some tasting notes were pretty scattered. Let me give you a little fuller one that's not uh strongly afflicted by me running around searching for a controller cable. Um this white tea, like, it's like I said, it's got that almost like this is going to be a very unrefined note to give, but it's got, as most white teas that I like do, an almost fruit punch like tannin note. You know how like your mouth gets a little dry after drinking like a Hawaiian punch? That to me is like the essence of a tannin, which is a very like a completely different angle than which most people approach tannins. Most people are like, ah, red wine, but I'm like, fruit punch. But it's like it's floral. It's very floral. I would not say it is overwhelmingly floral, but it's definitely got a floral aspect to it. It's got some tannins to it. Honestly, this is very silly, but you know how you look at an orchid and you go, I bet I know how that tastes. Like, as a small child, you look at the orchids that are in the grocery store, in the fancy grocery store, and you look at them and you go, oh, I bet those taste a certain way. This is kind of that to me. Like, just picturing it, it kind of tastes similar to what you would expect a like white and purple tropical flower to taste like. I guess. Um, I guess kind of like I think I've described it as having a grape skin note before, in the best way. Um, it's really just like it's expensive and it tastes like it's expensive, both in a positive and a negative way. You can tell that it's from a very like young stage. Oh, I found a lost book. Heck yeah. Support your local library, gang. Um, which that's kind of a thing that I wanted to talk about is kind of missing from this whole 10-year extravaganza, is the only big note that I feel like I'm missing with this long marathoner stream is paper cuts. And I don't know, I kind of wanted to leave paper cuts in its own realm, I guess. Just because like it is a streaming show. Obviously, it's a segment we've done here for uh, only a few years less than the whole channel itself. But I've always kind of treated it as kind of a sub brand to talk about it in an inside baseball way. Um, I hope these are enough ocean fish for Demetrius. I just completely overcast the little bubble area. Hang on. But oh, seaweed. It's 50% sea and 50% weed. Na 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 na. Oh, I made a noise that made me think of the tweet tweet noise. Do you know you can change this noise in the settings, by the way? Sorry, hang on, digression. Like, you can change the little fishing noise in the settings. Give me like 3 seconds, I can show you. So if you go into options, somewhere in here, there is a fishing bite sound. There's the default one, but then you get a which I actually really like for. It feels a little Animal Crossing to me, which is a game I'm shocked we never did any dailies for. Like I was digging through all of the, stuff we've done on stream here. I don't know that I can open the quest menu. 20 ocean fish. Oh, excuse me. But back to paper cuts. I've always kind of treated it as its own little show. It's kind of got its own little for a long time for a long time in seasons 2 and 3. It even had its own feed separate from the rest of everything. I didn't start any new tea after I drank the one I had. It had its own separate account for a little while because I felt like it was just such a different beast from everything I do. But now, especially as I've spent more time, lingering on the edits for it and working on other things, I really feel like Paper Cuts does fit in here, and it's really kind of a shame that we're not getting that sort of public domain book element in here, that reading aloud sort of vibe. But I figure you're going to be hearing from me plenty all day anyway. And who knows? I do have a couple mysteries for Monster of the Week in my back pocket that are based on stories we read on Paper Cuts. I've actually been specifically going through and looking on Project Gutenberg and like cross-referencing the books linked in each episode of the show to try and like find, okay, how would I adapt this as like a writing exercise for writing in a setting that's not Camellia. Because I get really locked in on silly hee hoo hoo tea magic fantasy setting, and so then sometimes I'm like, I'm out of gas on this, I need a minute. And so the alternate project that I go ahead and hammer on instead. Oh, let's talk to Willie. What's up? Catching anything, bud? A true angler has respect for the water. Don't you forget that. Thank you, Willie. Wait, shoot. No, the rain was in the other file. That was not in this file yesterday. Brain smooth. Because I was like, oh no, if it's raining, we can get the thing. But we can't get the thing. Actually, I think we need to buy the bouquet from Pierre's. Now that I say that. Anyway, my point is that Paper Cuts is kind of the odd duck out here. And I want you to know I am thinking about the show very, very frequently, especially with my newfound work at the Internet Archive and like the way I've been helping bring things into public accessibility. The public domain focus of Paper Cuts has really been squatting in the back of my mind. I've been digging for new books for if we ever get around to season 4. I don't know. I just kind of want to take the show in a little bit of a different direction than I have previously. I had a ton of fun with the old issues of Analog, right? It's really just delightful to read these back issues and find this. I've heard people describe, the stuff that comes up in science fiction magazines as an embarrassment of riches, and I strongly agree. There's some really, truly fantastic tales in there, and there's a lot of concepts that like still work pretty well for a modern audience. They're not like bulletproof. Oh, we just missed the treasure chest. How dare you? Hang on. How many more? We need 5 more fish. Okay. I don't know. I've been curious about what other directions I can take Paper Cuts, because now we're 60 and 48 and 48 is 108 is 156 episodes in. once I finish editing the rest of season 3, which I know that's been on the shelf, but now that I have a microfiche job, it should actually be possible for me to edit these things. I was getting ground to pieces, pushing the burger boulder. You know what I mean? Oh, an emerald, nice. But now I'm not, and I wasn't at the time that we're thinking about here. So let's keep it out of our head. There's no way this has run out of gas already. No, the water needs heated. At the next ad break, I'm gonna go refill the kettle and heat up the water, and maybe grab a second set of leaves. We'll see what I can finish in 3 minutes. But my point is, I know. I did this for how many? I did that show for how long, and I promise I'm not intentionally neglecting it. Oh, we're running out of gas. Oh, we're starting to feel exhausted. I don't think we have any more for any more than one more fish. But I don't know. If you like the sound of my voice and you need some audiobooks and you don't want to pay for audiobooks, first go check out Paper Cuts, and then if there's nothing you sea jelly. I never catch sea jelly. So sea jelly is a crafting ingredient in this game. You use it for various gunk-based purposes that I definitely remember and do not have to ask some sort of fan-based, you know, pile of writing about the ins and outs of the game. My point is that it's useful. What else was I saying? Something about. But this is. What year is this? Is this 2016? 2017? What year are we on? We're on 2016 here. Right? Stardew? Stardew, yeah. So 2018? Question mark? Yeah, 2018 is when I started Paper Cuts, I think. Also, this one, during this year, I suppose, and the next year, I spent a ton, I mean truly a remarkable amount of time doing visual novels, and I was very tempted by visual novels today. Not just today, even. Just generally, I was very tempted to throw some visual novels into the pile, but I figured those get plenty of representation elsewhere. Oh, I don't remember what I was saving for the Grange, honestly. Diamond. A diamond's probably a good play. Some sort of iridium quality fish, probably a good choice. We'll just save all the iridium quality fish and it'll be fine. Then we'll clean out our pockets here. And then we'll clean out our pockets here. That emerald actually might not be a bad choice. But we definitely do not have the consistent hardwood flow we need to achieve that hardwood quest. What did I need sardines for? Was I saving these fish for fertilizer, maybe? Oh, dang it. This is my social file where I actually go talk to people, too. Shoot. I didn't do any of that. Well, Peppa the dog. A plane! Mystery boxes! Mystery boxes can now be found. That's exciting. Thank you, Mr. Chi. Mr. Key. Mr. Quee. How many times can I mispronounce the energy that you get from tea? I say as if it's not like also a profound energy that is meant to flow through all living things. No, you get it from tea. Let's just water our crops. My partner and I often joke that if farming was as lucrative as it is here in Stardew Valley, I would be an absurdly rich trust fund baby. It's crazy the amount of like gold you can get from doing this. Speaking of back home in Redacted, um there is a tabletop game. It's actually not even a tabletop game. It's an epistolary game where you write letters called Grandpa's Farm, and I had an absolute blast playing a few rounds of that with my younger brother. And it was really funny because like I was clearly approaching it from the mindset of like, all right, this is a harvest moon, so I should gently imply that there's weird magic things occurring in the hills, and there's like a whole lost civilization, and he's like just playing it completely straight, like I'm a farmer. Look at my cool farm stuff. I have specific equipment that I really enjoy using. And it made me smile because it really illustrates the stark difference between my brother and I. Like we landed on such completely different things to enjoy. Hang on, there are multiple worm bees. Also, those are supposed to be like little roots, apparently, like swaying in the wind. I've never seen it. I've always thought they're like little worms. Puppy dog running from place to place. I don't remember. Do you remember? Black babies. Do I have a barn on this farm? I wish I could like check my farm layout. But I digress. A great deal, apparently. I'm really looking forward to Monster of the Week. Oh, a train! Hang on. We gotta run, we gotta go. We gotta go see what the train has for us. Yeah, sure, 50% of the time. 60% of the time it doesn't work at all and I don't get any items. But the other 4% of the time, that when it does work, it does give me neat things and black babies. Oh, I don't have a magnet ring on. I'm so used to my item radius being wider. That's another thing about Stardew Valley and like other life sim games like it is it's very easy for me to immediate oh yes, stones and geodes. Let's go. I love the little like space themed graffiti. I don't know when they oh, you're incredible. Look at this little Pac-Man looking guy. He's hepped up. Delightful. Truly delightful. But that's another thing about these games is like I get so that's a ton of iron. Oh my gosh, look at how much iron and copper we're getting. Let's go. This is why you run for the train. Um what was I saying? Oh yeah, I get so used to it. Leprechaun shoes. What do you mean leprechaun shoes? What does that mean? Well, we gotta put the leprechaun shoes on, don't we? Wait, is this a Joja route? Did I Joja? No way I Joja'd. There's no way. Absolutely no way that I Joja'd. First of all, leprechaun shoes. Required. Maybe that's why I haven't played this file, because it was a Joja file. Has Christine been a traitor the whole time? I don't know you well enough to trust you, sorry. Oh, well, that's okay, Linus. You'll get to know me. I need to immediately go find out if this is a Joja file. I swear, officer, this is my only Joja file. You gotta do it once. Hi, Demetrius. Probably growing a lot of interesting plants on your farm, huh? Yes, actually. Many more heirloom type plants than average, I'd say. That's another thing that like I kind of love, especially when it comes to small urban gardens. This is a Joja file. Evil. Christine's been evil the whole time. No wonder she has Goku hair. The villain. You know what? Yeah, I will go catch 5 anchovy, Willie. Thank you. I needed to catch 5 ocean fish anyway. No wonder this file is in the middle of year 1 of fall. It's a Joja file. So for context, for those of you who are not familiar with Stardew Valley, Joja is the large corporation from which your character quits being a software engineer to go live on their grandparents' farm that they inherited and had no idea they inherited. And so the farm. God dang it, I missed that fish because I was sipping my tea. How dare my tea betray me like this? Hello, Murray. What's up, buddy? But Joja is the large corporation who your farmer was previously employed at a desk job. I like to assume that they were a computer programmer because for every computer programmer that did not grow up on a farm, it is their secret innermost desire to retreat to a farm in the middle of nowhere and never see a computer again. uh, you know, and so for and so you open in the video game in a thoroughly unfulfilled life in the city, and you're just like, man, I hate it here. My grandpa always said if I was too tired of living life the way I am now, I should open this letter that he gave me on his deathbed. And then you open the letter and surprise, you're the one who's inherited your grandpa's farm this whole time. It is in horrible disrepair. Welcome to Stardew Valley. It's now your job to be a steward of this land. Um, and so Joja is the company that you were behind a desk for. And so most people, when they see that there's two options, either help the community or throw in with Joja, most people, they look at that and go, of course I'm going to do the community center. Why would I run right back to Joja? But also most people I know who play this game enough to do more than one route say I have to do one Joja route just to see what it's like. And apparently this is my one Joja route file. And so Joja differs from the standard community center. The community center goals are all about interacting with nature and all about like the interaction with nature and helping the people around you become their better selves and like completing goals by progressing naturally in the game. Like you have to um there's like a crops bundle for each season that you have to grow each season a good number of each seasonal crop, and you have to grow a number of gold star crops. It's like stuff that you would probably naturally do, and it nudges you toward the relevant progression system in the game anyway. I'll throw out this driftwood as well. But Joja, the entire progression system is built upon how much money can you make. Like, you get every progression item that's normally unlocked by interacting with the world and the community around you by instead just buying it from Joja's little catalog. Oh, cool, I got biome balance. We've completed the big quest, and now we need to catch the little quest. Hopefully we can grab some anchovies. But I've never even thought about finishing a Joja file, but like I got a long way into the standard community center quests I'm sorry. Can someone clip that? Can someone clip what I just did there? I like perfectly timed my button press to get it to stick to the bottom of the meter. I don't think I could do that on purpose. I didn't think you could get it to do that. Mystery box. 4 coal. A frozen geode. What am I gonna hold instead of to hold onto a frozen geode? I probably don't need these 2 coral. And then can I just read this book? What does this book even do? Question of the day. Jewels of the sea. Fishing treasure chests have a chance to yield roe. Well, of course I want to read that. How much? Ooh, I only have 1 bait on there. What I'm gonna do is Ooh, I can't do that. Uh, 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 uh. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop this 5 seaweed because we don't necessarily super need it. Then I'm gonna read this book. Yes, book read. We've learned a new power. You too can unlock new powers by reading books at your local library. Library. My poor cat library has been hearing me talk about talk about going to get books a bunch lately. I've been doing some research on a few things. Sardine. Actually, what if we attached that spinner that we got? It's just taking up space in our inventory. I'm catching a lot of sardines, but very few anchovies, which is the one I need. Sea cucumber. Oop, that's not what I wanted to do. Well, that's fine. Okay, I'm keeping one eye on the ad tracker, right? But it sounds like the ad tracker was also a little out of sync. And the ad tracker is kind of I'm using it as my ersatz timer for every hour. Oh, there we got an anchovy. Ooh, I was just saying we can take this spin burr and put it on the. Oh, I can't. The 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 fishing rod is not good enough. All right, well, let's toss this seaweed again. Maybe we can reduce some inventory space by seeing what's in the mystery box. Oh, mystery box doesn't need to be opened by Clint, the blacksmith. I kind of want to keep the tundra boots, but the leprechaun sneakers. Can I put? Wait a minute. Can I put seaweed on head? No, I cannot. Okay. I'm just gonna toss this seaweed. We probably don't need it. I'm not gonna make sushi rolls or something. Hmm. Either these leaves are running out of gas or the water's not hot enough because there's very little left there. It's not bad, but it's also not the bestiest. I think it might be that the water is cooling down because I'm looking at the big T versus the little T here. How late can you catch anchovies? I don't remember. I used to have like encyclopedia knowledge of like, okay, these fish are I like knew the fish tables by the back of my hand. You know what I mean? But like that only comes by me playing this game a lot. This really feels like a game to me where like you either need to have like a physical strategy guide open next to you. Okay, albacore. Okay, if we catch it's a large blue fish. Kind of looks flat. It's not a gar. Well, it's fall too, so I don't remember the fishes very well. But this feels like the sort of game you have like a wiki open in the modern day for. For a little while, I need to go back and polish that because it used to be I had a smart speaker skill that would trawl the wiki and then spit out the basic information from said wiki, just like read it, and like I credited the wiki in the credits of the app, I suppose. But what I really need to do is I need to go back and anchovy. Uh, I need to go back and change that so you can page between sections of the pages rather than doing just the horrible the horrible mess of parsing that I already did that only barely works on account of the fact that usually people who write wikis frame them in a very specific and repeatable way. I don't. I feel like I need to get rid of one thing here. You know what? I'm getting rid of the steel small sword. I'm getting rid of the steel small sword. It's fine. Someone is exploding my pancakes about that. I guarantee it. Which, did you know you can upgrade the relatedly, did you know you can upgrade the trash can in this game so it like gives you some of your money back? You can like apply some amount of the in-game medals and they just work. Also, I love seeing what exotic metal that video games pick after gold because a lot of the time it's like iridium or unobtainium or something, and which one they land on is very fun to me. I know someone I know definitely someone did you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm going to snooze the ads for just a little while, just 5 minutes because we had to do all that controller fush. Fush. We had to do all that controller fush. We had to do all that messing about with the controller at the beginning of this, so I'm gonna give Stardew 5 extra minutes. Um, what was I saying? Oh yeah, someone specific. Oh, I have to go talk to Willie about this. Weemus Womp. Horrible inconvenience. How dare you make me do things? But someone I know specifically made it bismuth so they could do those cool square crystals. Wait a minute, gold bar doesn't go in this chest. No, wait. Gold bar does go in this chest. These fish don't go in this chest. Fish, 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 fish. Neither of these fruits. We'll fix that in a minute. Fish. Apparently, I need to either sell these fish or get a bigger chest. Get another chest. Wood skip. Rainbow trout. Halibut. Anchovies. Sardines. Halibut. Listen, the real answer here is that we need to go through and sell some of these fish for selling fish purposes. Oh, hey, the bone flute. We must wait a minute. Did we get that? How long ago did we get that? We need to go talk to Museum Man, his name, who has a real, normal, and understandable name. There's fish in here too. You guys don't belong in here. Oh, bream is the fish I was thinking of, by the way. No, we're just gonna shove cram these fish in here. If we're gonna have fish everywhere, we might as well just commit to having fish everywhere. Because, like, there's several of these fish that we need for things, and I don't recall what. Relatedly, while we're talking about storage space, you know how there's, like, there's furniture items that are like, oh yes, I'm an armoire. I can hold clothes. They actually do hold clothes, like the dressers and stuff, which I did not know. And so I was just like, wow, those sure are decorative, smile. And then they weren't decorative at all. They were actually real. What am I doing? What am I doing with my day? Oh, blackberries. Eventually you can unlock a thing that gives you access to everything you forage from off the ground or off bushes like this is iridium quality, or you can get more of them, which is, I think, really satisfying. And like mechanically, it's supposed to represent like, okay, you're looking at the bush and you know which ones are good to grab, in comparison. Like you're just very good at foraging. But to me, it kind of feels a little bit like, no, I'm just looking at this bush and I'm like, grow better fruits. And the bush is like, oh, geez, this person forages a lot. I better listen to them. But sorry, I ran out of gas in the middle there. Um, I don't know. I really like this style of game. I think that there's a lot of merit to this genre, and I'm really, really glad that independent devs are picking it up and running with it because, it was a really underserved genre for a long time. I mean, like, they were barely putting out any more Story of Seasons games. And then this game came along and was like, hey, so if you make the game good, people will buy it. And then more broadly, companies were like, wait a minute, you're right. If we make this game even the slightest bit good, people will buy it. And like it's a very satisfying and understandable mechanical game loop too. Like it makes a lot of sense to look at something and go, okay, this is on a this fruit or vegetable is on a predictable cycle because of the way nature works. And so I know I can come back in X amount of days and then it will spit out a fruit, smile. Hmm. Oh, hey, I think we're getting close to an ad here. How close are we to? Oh, ad starts in 10 seconds. All right, ads are about to go off. I really appreciate you sticking through the ads here. I tried to space them out so there's only one an hour. This is a great time to go get a drink, go get a snack, do something similar. Uh, I am going to go and grab some. I'm gonna reheat the water in the kettle and maybe grab some new tea leaves. I will be right back. Hey, the Stardew audio has been muted this whole time. Well, now you get to hear the music while I'm right back. The real thing I should do here, by the way, is play clips, but I don't really have a way to play clips. I don't think. Um, do I actually have a way to play clips in here? Oh, I have the reruns frame. Uh, what if I just turned on the reruns? What happens then?
Attend, O reader, our tale of wonder. Welcome back to Paper Cuts, everyone. Last
Okay, be
week
right
we
back.
finished off A Princess of Mars, and this week we're kind of continuing the journey of not necessarily other worlds this week, but movement to places unknown. This week's book is The Eye of Istar, a romance of the land of no return by William Lieu, which hopefully I'm saying right. I don't quite trust my French pronunciation, so I'm glad this has been translated into English. Uh, I found this one digging around in an old archive of other public domain things that's not my usual archive of public domain things, so we'll see if it's good. Just from the opening preface here is, it bodes well, it's a good sign. Thank you for your input, library. I wonder if you all could hear him. He is sitting just perfectly the slightest amount in the way. I will post a picture in the Discord later if he's I'll post a picture in the Discord at the intermission if he's still there. But like I said, he is the slightest amount in the way and it's just perfect. It's like, okay, yeah, he knows I'm looking up here and everything. Uh I've I've dallied. Let's get started, shall we? The preface. Peace, O reader, constant, blessed, and abundant salutation.
My mic on? Okay, good. The mic's on. I do love a Stardew Valley is the thing. I'm listening. Oh, you can't see me. So my gesture about listening didn't work. Hey, where's my face cam? Hey, why isn't this on? That's the table camera. Where did I put my face cam? It's in here somewhere. Here we go.